There's been lots of discussion recently about what planners people might be using for next year for various reasons, which I won't go into here, but if you've been part of the planner community for quite a while, you will have seen on Instagram and YouTube from various influencers and planners that there have been events that have made people question some of the planner choices that they've got. So taking the opportunity to revisit the UK market for a planner that might be good for next year, I have been sent this Lifestyled planner by the lovely Lou at Lifestyled Planners to review. So this is a January to December 2020 planner. They're currently pre-ordering for next year, and I have actually ordered one of these for next year. As I say, this one was sent to me by Lou for a review, and I'm going to review it against my current planner, which is an EC Daily Duo, just to give you a feel for what's out there and what you might like to have. So the planner comes beautifully packaged in this lovely box with gold foiling on the front. It's a really sturdy box. It had an additional cardboard wrap around the outside, and it also had plastic around it, so it was well protected when it got to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive in. I have had a little look at this already, and I've put down some stickers in some places just so that you can see the sort of things that might be going to. Although I've been sent this to review, the opinions are my own, purely my own, unbiased opinions. So with that all waffling out of the way, let me dive in. So as I say, it comes in this beautiful box, which is going to be lovely for storing things in. And when you open the box, there's a little note from Maria and Lou saying, "Thank you for shopping with us. We hope you love your purchase. We love to see your photos. Please tag us using the hashtags below." I came across these guys purely by accident, looking around to see what was available, and as far as I can see, there's not many people using them with stickers. My understanding from reading the website from the ladies Lou and Maria who put this together is that they are involved in wedding planning, and that Lou couldn't find a planner that she wanted that did what she wanted, so she designed her own. I think we've all had that thought at times, but this lady's actually gone off and done it. So as I say, beautifully little embossed, gold embossed note that comes with it. And then the planner is further protected by coming in this lovely little bag, which you can keep it in. It's a cotton bag, and if we just take the planner out of here, you will see what we've got. Now the planner each year comes, my understanding, is in 4 different designs. This is one of the current years. If you go on the website, you'll see there are 4 different ones for next year. The one I have picked for next year is a pink colour, which is really pretty, and the coil on the new one is it's a blush pink. It's not rose gold, because they do have 4 different coils on their planners, but it is definitely pink. So for those of you that love pink, it's lovely. So going to the binding on these, it is a wire binding, which, putting it next to the coil that I have for my Erin Condren, I would prefer, if in all honesty, to have coil rather than wire binding, but I understand that a lot of the planners these days are coming with these binders, with these coils. They are obviously easy to be put together for the planners. It's a fairly sort of industry standard. They are very tough. This one is immense. It has if you look at the EC, it is very large. Now the EC Daily Duo, which I have here, comes in 2 6-monthly books. This planner is a daily planner all in one. It is a whole year. So whilst the binding is big, it does actually come all in one planner. So size wise, compared to with what I'm using at the moment, if you have a look, you'll see that they are, the Lifestyled planner is just a little bit, let's just see if I can adjust my camera a little bit. The Lifestyled planner is just a little bit smaller on the side. It's not much difference in the amount of paper that's in it, but the pages are just very slightly smaller. width wise more than anything else, but it's a comparable size, so we're going to get the same real estate on the pages as we did with my other planner. So back to coverings. EC comes with a standard laminated cover which is detachable and you can actually customize. This is a really sturdy cardboard cover with protected corners, which I mean is very durable. If you open it up, it has a pocket. It's quite a small pocket. I mean, you wouldn't get too much in there, so I'm not sure how that's going to stand up, but it does have a pocket in the front, and it also has a pocket in the back. So you do get two pockets in here, which you can put bits and pieces in. So that's what you get with this one. As I say, it's a very sturdy binding, and is going to stand up to wear and tear. Lifestyle planner on the front. You can't customize these. As I say, you have a choice of 4 different colours, and each colour has a different coil on it. So there's a pink, there's this which I want to call vintage gold, there's a gold, and there's another one which I believe is more like the standard rose gold that we would, or what we would consider rose gold. So let's just tip the camera down a bit. So that's the 4 different choices for it. Beautifully done, embossed on the front, and when you get in, you get straight into the front page. Now, front page and the next 2 pages are a heavyweight, more carded paper. It is quite shiny. It is white, but it's not very slippery and shiny like the Passion Planner paper, which has a real sort of glide to it. This does feel as if it would take most pens, and I'll do a pen test at the end just to see how it's going. So putting that against the EC paper, let's see if I can find you a blank page. This is more, we had a discussion about this with a friend the other day. The EC paper has more of a tooth to it than this does. So this has a texture, more than this paper. But this is nice paper. So I'll just put that to one side. So you have the front page, which is a space to put your name in. Lifestyle planner, January, as I say, it's January to 2020. There isn't a choice. So if you start in January, this is a good planner for you. The next page, now I really like this. I have always struggled to use the very tiny little calendars that you get in the front of planners, which you tend to get this sort of arrangement, which is great. You can put dots over it, but you can't really do a huge amount more with it. This I feel might be a bit more useful because I can add washi tape in. I don't have to colour the numbers. I have spaces for more than one colour. So we're a household of 5 at the moment, and actually it's very rare that just one person in just one colour needs something putting down on a date, so holidays and things. So in this arrangement, I'm trying to find ways of finding. I have actually Ellybeth Designs, Rachel at Ellybeth Designs does some lovely little stickers that are a dot in the middle, and you can put a circle around the outside, so you can actually 2-colour it, which is lovely for these size. And I can probably use them in here, but there's just a little bit more real estate. It feels like I can do a bit more with this one, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing what I can actually do with this. In regards to the tabs down the sides, the tabs are all the same colour. They are done in this lovely gold embossing, and they are laminated as well, so they will stand up to a bit of pressure. Tiny little tabs, and you can see all of the tabs in one go, unlike my other planner here, where obviously some of them sit behind the others. It's personal preference as to whether you like one or the other. And the other thing you'll probably have noticed, anybody that knows me knows that I have always had a colourful planner. This planner isn't colourful, it's what you would describe in EC terms as neutral. But I'm thinking that's okay this year because it's different and I want to try something else. So lovely little tabs all the way down, sit nicely and neatly in the back. Each tab is of card paper and has notes on it and the first half of the monthly. So going back to the beginning, we've got these lovely pages with the extra size boxes for planning, and then you go into the monthly. The monthly boxes are slightly smaller I believe, than the EC. Let me just see if I can find you a blank one and actually measure. Grab a ruler. Who doesn't have a rose gold ruler? I don't know where I picked this one up, but I love it. So the boxes on the Lifestyle planner are about 36 across, and the EC ones are, I should know this by now, 41. So they're a little bit smaller, but I have started to find that I'm using very much smaller stickers in my planner so that I can get more things into my monthly. Because I'm using a daily planner where I don't have a weekly spread, I'm using much more of this for reference and keeping notes of things. So the smaller boxes, I'm using smaller stickers anyway, is fine. It's a Monday start in the planner. It's plain grey on the top, grey and black, and so it's very, very plain. And again, you've got monthly goals down the side. So again, if you like a Monday start, you don't have to redate it. I'm used to the Sunday start and having to redate it, because most of the American planners are like that, so that's quite nice. The numbers are fairly small. Do I think they would stand out more? Possibly, but I will be covering these up with a collection. I'll be using my Ellie Beth Designs kits and collections to add colour to the planner anyway, so that really isn't a problem for me at all. As I say, it's very small, but that's fine. So from the monthly page, we go into a monthly spend page, which is quite nice. I personally do my budgeting and my anything to do with money. I have a package on computer I use, so I don't tend to use budgeting in my planner. But when I first saw this page, my initial reaction was, well, that's easy with some headers. I can repurpose this for things for the month, so things like birthdays, important dates, I could use it for expenditure that I know is coming out, but with 4 columns, that is a very, very useful piece of real estate as an extra page before the month, so I quite like that. It's on the ordinary paper, which, as I say, is slightly shinier than the EC, but it's a nice bright white. And then we get into the layout. So the layout, this is a daily planner, and page to a day. So we start off, we've got nice headings in a nice pretty bold font. We've got a space at the top for priorities, which goes right there across the top of the page. Today's appointments. Now this is something that obviously there's a constant discussion about how much space you want and what hours you want your planner to go for. So in this planner you have a single line for each hour of the day. It starts at 5 o'clock and it goes to 10 o'clock. Whereas if you look at the EC planner, we are now back to, let's put it this way and then you can see, we have effectively half-hour slots. So starting at 6 o'clock going down to 7. So again, there's a preference here as to what you would like. It depends whether you want a longer day, whether you want smaller boxes. Again, it's going to depend how much you're doing, what you're trying to fit in, whether you use larger stickers, smaller stickers, and again, really down to personal preference. A bit like the EC, we have a to-do section on this side. It's a bigger to-do section. This space with the EC, I always struggle a little bit to know what to do with this. It's great, you can put decoration in it, but without lines and without anything else, is it really functional? So I quite like the idea of having a longer to-do section here. I can cover with stickers if I want to rearrange how I'm using my day. And there's a little section along at the bottom with for notes. You can put quotes in there, you can put tiny notes in there. I believe also, and I will do a second video with a plan with me with this, I believe, looking at this, that some of my trackers, certainly for the beginning of the month, the first day of the month, that would be a lovely place to put my monthly long trackers from Ellie Beth Designs. So I think that that's going to be a really good space for me to do that in. So that's the daily layout. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday on one page. Again, another thing that everybody discusses quite frequently is, what do you want? Do you want a whole page for your Saturday and Sunday? There is an argument to say that you would be good to have a Saturday and Sunday whole page, because if you have a sort of week where Saturday and Sunday are not your off days, then having two smaller days for smaller sections for Saturday and Sunday can be a bit of a problem. Again, if you've got kids at home, Saturday and Sunday are not always the quieter days of the week. If you're at work during the week, you've got more to put in than Saturday, Sunday. But that's something that's a general kind of conversation amongst all the planners that are coming out at the moment with the daily format. The benefit to having this is that you can actually have a whole year in one planner. If you start making Saturdays and Sundays as separate days, and I have actually got an EC that I have coiled in extra pages to make Saturdays and Sundays, it does cut down the numbers of months that you can actually get into a planner. So that's something to think about. Again, we've got 5 till 10 on both days. Today's priorities and a notes section up there. Slightly different from the EC. The EC is blank for the 2 top sections, so you can put a sticker in that gives you times, you can put to-do lists, and then you get a notes sections down the bottom. So just a slightly different layout, but it gives you as much real estate for Saturday and Sunday as it would have done before. After we've gone to Saturday and Sunday, back to the beginning of the week, not a problem. Get all the way to the end of the month, so obviously January, Friday, January ended on a Friday, notes pages, notes page here, notes page here. If you notice, the whole of the month is within the tabs. Now, it's something that I have wanted in a planner for ages. I really am not a fan of finding that I get towards the end of the month, Thursday the 29th of October, the rest of my October is not behind my October tab, it's all the way into the beginning of my November, and that, I don't like that. There is no reason really to do it that way, and I'll show you what Lifestyle Planner have actually done to counter for that. So February, we've got 2 notes pages, ended on January, ended on a Friday, which is great. So going into March, so the next month, you've got the monthly layout, you've got your monthly spend page, or whatever you want to repurpose that for. And then when you get to the end of March, ends on a Saturday, again 2 notes pages, goes into the next month. Now let me just try and find a month where it don't actually end. Here we go. The end of March in 2020 ends on a Tuesday. Now with the Erin Condren planner and quite a lot of the other planners, this would be, these Mondays and Tuesdays would be in the front of April's, but they haven't done that in Lifestyle Planner. They've given you some extra note paper, and I think that's a brilliant idea. I would much rather have that and have everything in one month than try and find the end of one month or the beginning in the next month. Again, it's personal preference, but it is a discussion that a lot of people have, and I really like that. The last notes page each month is the tab with the tab sticker on, so this is the heavier weight paper and this is the thinner paper. So basically, depending on how many days there are in the month, depends on how many notes pages you get. April this year finished on a Thursday, so we have 3 bits of note paper. I think that's great. I really don't mind that I have different amounts of note pages in each month. There's no quote page like there was with the EC, so this is very neutral, so the real estate is all being used for actual planning. I love this, it's pretty. This quotes page is nice to change the colours each month, but it does cut down the amount of pages that you can actually get into a planner. As I said again, 6 months in this one for dailies, 12 months in this one. It's going to be personal preference, but I'm really liking this. So again, it's neutral all the way along. I have noticed, and I will find out from Lou, I have noticed that the first page on each monthly is slightly more grey at the top and the next page is black. That may just be the copy I have. I will ask that question, whether there's a reason behind it. So again, it goes all the way through, different notes pages depending on which month you've got. And then we get to the end of December. Bear with me. End of December finishes on a Thursday. So we have we have 2 notes pages. Obviously there's no January tab to come in here. So notes page, and again at the back you have next year's full year with boxes for pre-planning. And then just a I don't know what you'd call it, advert page, information page for this year's planner, and then the end of the planner. So at the end of the EC, when we've got it, you have, let's just find the end. Okay, the end of the EC, you've got Thursday, you've got a couple of notes pages, which is the same sort of advert page, which I quite understand that. And then obviously with the EC you have stickers and a pocket at the back. But so that's different. So this is a plainer planner, but it does everything that you need it to. So all in all, as I say, wire row binding, not my favourite. It's probably at the moment the only thing I'd change. But my planner, this planner, sits on my desk. It sits open, I change the pages every day. So will this be a problem? No, not at all really. If I was carrying it around with me all the time, I think I would prefer a coil. But as I say, this is a nice sturdy planner. So price point. This is new £45. There's no shipping on it. It comes from the UK, so that is the end of it. The way that the system seems to work with lifestyle planners is that they go live with pre-orders for the following year at the end of July. And at the end of July, on their Facebook page, there is a code. So if you order your planner, pre-order your planner in July, you get 20% off. So that makes this planner, with all its daily pages, monthly layouts, about £36, which, considering what you get in it, and it's a whole year, I think is really good value. I don't know how long the pre-order code lasts, but the way it works is obviously you pre-order your planner, you pay for it, and they are delivered, I believe, from the end of September, so in plenty of time for the planner to start in January. EC planners, if you order them, they launch in May, June time, depending on what's happened. The dates got shifted this year, and it's more expensive for its base price, plus bringing it into the UK you have VAT, depending on how big your order is, because we all like to buy other things with it. There is customs and VAT, and there's a hefty shipping cost of $25 plus. So that's the difference. And I think if you're looking for a planner, a UK planner, I'm really, so far I'm quite impressed with this. As I say, wire row binding, but that's fine. There are 4 different covers. This one, as I say, next year I've gone for a pink one. I've decided to have a change for next year. I still have an Erin Condren that runs through till June, July, so I can still be using that for various bits and pieces. But I think that this is a good homegrown option. I say there's lots of things in here that I like, and a lot of things that come down to personal preference as to how you like your planner to run. But I would really like to thank Lou for sending this to me, and as I say, I have ordered one for next year as well. So the next thing that I will be doing is a plan with me. But having said that, what I did go and do, there's 2 things I need to do in here. I have gone to a page and I've used some of my favourite stickers from Elibeth Designs, just to show you how they might fit in. So these are stickers which are designed for the Daily Duo or planners like this that have 2 columns. This one, as you say, the page is very slightly narrower than my current Daily Duo, so you do have to shift your stickers a little bit, but that fits in perfectly well for me. There's a nice amount of space for my smaller stickers to, which is kind of standard size stickers, 1.5 inch stickers to go side by side, checkbox stickers, and then obviously I will be going and having a look at where my decorative stickers and the other stickers that I use will fit in. So as I say, I will do a plan with me over for my monthly and my weekly, and just show you how that's going to work. There are lots, just give you some ideas of how that's going to work. The other thing I need to do is a pen test. So I'm going to take because I'm intrigued to see how this paper will go. Now obviously one thing we have to consider is that we've got two sorts of paper in here. This is slightly shinier and thicker, so let me try the notes page. Now I've got a few of the pens that I would normally here. I'm going to use this first. This is actually something new that I've discovered. This is called Click Art, and this is from Arteza. So, and it's more of a felt pen. Anybody who liked the original EC pens that came out, this is a really good alternative. They come in a set of 12 and there's 3 colourways. So let's just try that. I have my old trusty Lamy pen, which is just a biro. I have my Bic, which goes everywhere with me, very old school. I have a Papermate Inkjoy gel. These are a bit of a Marmite pen. Papermate Inkjoy. I have another set of Arteza ones. These are an Arteza gel pen that I discovered. I have a Pilot G2. Variety of colours here, I know. And then just another, this is a thicker Bic biro. Now let's just have a quick, well, nothing seems to be, it's very, very hot and sticky in here, so nothing there has smudged. And if we go to the back page, there's a little bit of shadowing from my new Click Art pens. I personally don't mind shadowing. It just tells me that I've written a lot on the page before, so that comes from days of writing loads and loads of notes, and I quite like that feeling. There is indentation in the page from the pens I've used, but there's no bleed through, and the shadowing is kind of minimal. Let me just do the same thing on the notes page. Did I use the Papermate? No, I didn't. I have a Papermate Flare here as well. Does that come through? Nope. No, so let's try it on the, I'm sure that this paper will be the same. So I'm quite pleased with this, because I do like paper with a bit of bite to it. So the shinier paper is something slightly new for me. And oh, this is, I mean, nothing's going to go through that. That is cardstock, so I don't even think I'm going to go through the rest of those, because I'm quite confident that that will be fine. So again, the paper is going to lend itself to anything that I normally use. The last thing I want to do with a new planner is have to go and replace my pens, because I'm sure, like most of us, we have quite a lot. So actually finding something that will suit your handwriting and suit the paper that you've got is not what we want to do. But there we go, Lifestyled planner. I'll leave some links down below if you want to go and have a look at what they've got. As I say, Lou sent this one to me for free. I've ordered next year's. I haven't received anything other than the planner for this, and totally biased, unbiased. It's not a totally biased opinion, it's a totally unbiased opinion about how it is. But I think it's a very interesting option if you really like a daily planner with all the bits and pieces in it, especially if you want a neutral planner. That's the other thing. And you are put off, or let's face it, it's expensive to buy planners from the States, whoever you're buying from. So there are, and this is a nice option for buying from the UK. If you've got any questions, then obviously you can leave them down below. You will start to see some pictures on my Instagram with layouts in this, just so you can see how it's going to go. And as I say, I will be doing probably next week a plan with me for the monthly and the dailies in this planner, just to give us a good idea of how what I normally use will fit into there. So I hope that's been useful. I hope that's nice to have something different, and have a good day.